It's November 1st, and in Wisconsin, we're in the midst of a beautiful spell of warm weather. It's a few days from Election Tuesday, and I drove around Appleton looking for creative public displays. The most creative displays are those connected to Halloween. Perhaps that's no surprise. I've always found it curious the way Halloween is so closely tied to Election Day, as if there's some macabre sense of humor underlying our political system. As it happens, people seem willing to let their creative spirits soar with self-designed house fronts and pumpkins, but retreated into ready-made signs when it came to the election. Sure, there might be an artful sense of placement or a feng shui alignment of signs, but mostly people here became conveyors of someone else's message and images. That's not the way things were 4 years ago when we lived in Atlanta. That was an election that now seems a long way off, but where we lived, there were lots of self-designed displays, often connected to Halloween. The closest parallels to those, here in Appleton, were a few displays with clear Republican sentiments. These struck me as identity shouts as much as campaign signs. Note the similar text on the license plate on the car out front. Here's another house that falls into the identity shout category. 3 flags. A row of signs for Republican candidates along the edge of the yard. And then some more symbolic gestures. A scary Halloween pumpkin, a Packers flag, and oddly, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, but you know how that goes, right? This next house doesn't really count as a creative display, but it is a large sign, and it carries an extra message: lower taxes. It's the kind of civic-mindedness that has led to so many cultural triumphs. I don't mean to imply that Democrats don't have signs out. They do. But here at least they tended to be making a more straightforward political point, as in this display at the Electrical Workers Union. The color pictures remind us of what we see on TV.
There are no real or fake parts of this country. There's no city or town that's more pro-America than anywhere else. We are one nation. All of us are proud to be Americans. All of us are patriots. The men and women who serve on our battlefields, some are Democrats, some are Republicans, but they fought together and bled together, and some died together under the same proud flag. We do not serve a red America or a blue America. We serve the United States of America.
It's a message that plays well on college campuses, and Lawrence University is no exception. I walked behind a dorm to see what kind of political displays I might find. It was all Obama. My guess is that in coming years it'll be difficult for people to understand the emotions swirling around this election. Posters and signs became bearers of hope. To find the motherlode of political posters, you had to walk down College Avenue to the Obama headquarters. Then, with electoral speculation playing in your head, you could gaze.
378 electoral votes. I think I'm high in this group, and because I'm assuming, among other things, North Dakota, just for the fun of it, goes for Obama, and I'm assuming that either Missouri or Indiana, 11 electoral votes in each, one of those two that's on the cusp will go for Obama, I think. In the Senate, I'm saying 8 pickups for the Democrats, which means I see a cascade.
Appleton's not a big city, but we do have our suburbs. I spent some time driving around these homes, but I didn't see much in the way of signs. Just an occasional McCain or Obama lawn sign, and none of the identity shout displays. Maybe those housing associations don't let you get too creative, but it could also be that the Midwest is not very demonstrative when it comes to political opinions. Although presumably, every one of these homes was equally glued to the television and the game of states playing out nightly. We know how all this ends, of course. Cameras were out in Grant Park to record the historic events. But here at Old Roads, we're up to something different. We're looking to catch the simple symbolic acts that make up the election season as it plays out on our lawns and porches.